Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we're going to be going over some tips and tricks and things to take note of, things to know if you are a Diablo Immortal player. Now, notably, if you are a super endgame hardcore grinder, you probably know most of this stuff, but hopefully you learn a thing or two. This video is going to be more geared towards somebody who is a casual player or a beginner, and just helping give them some knowledge on navigating the game a little bit better and a little bit more efficiently. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so the first stuff I'm going to go over is some UI and some settings and some navigation type quick tips. And the first thing I want to talk about that I think is a big deal and I like a lot more is you may notice my minimap up on the top right is a little bit bigger. They've got a couple different versions of the minimap size. If you go under settings and then you go under controls, you'll see down here you've got a choice between small and large for the minimap. So the I measured the size. The small one is like just over, it's 60,000 something pixels, and the one on the right is like 130,000 something pixels, at least on my monitor and how I play. So it seems like it's just over twice as big, and I really like the larger minimap because I probably look at the minimap like 40% of the time I'm playing. When I'm in PvP, to be able to see the positions of people, when I'm trying to navigate through a dungeon and hug walls and be efficient, or I'm doing bounties, I look at the minimap a ton, so I actually like it at that bigger size as preferred to the smaller one. But you should play a little bit of time with both and see which one you like better, like the cleaner, more compact look of the small one, or the one that's easier to see that is larger on your screen. I also want to throw this one in there because you'd be surprised how many people don't know about this, but a quick way to navigate back and forth when you're open world farming or you're out doing bounties or whatever is you click on your inventory bag up here, and then down in the bottom middle, you've got this portal with a couple different options, either to go to the main hub, which is West March, or the nearest safe zone, which can be great because let's say you're farming the open world with a party, you fill up, you need to go salvage, you need to turn in your bestiary or whatever. Well, you click on nearest safe zone, and when you do that, it will save you a portal at your exact location from where you went to town from, without losing that. And you can actually keep, if there was overflow stuff on the ground you want to be able to pick up, you go do your thing, you go salvage or whatever, you go over here to the blacksmith and get all that done. Then you can go back and use your portal, and boom, you are right back where you were without having to use like a waypoint and walk back or anything like that. And you can do that right from your inventory by opening it up and accessing the portal and the nearest safe zone. But I wanted to show this because there is a little bit of a cooldown, and it looks like it's about 1 minute or so. And while we're on the subject of open world grinding, I see a lot of people doing this wrong. When you're doing that, you don't want to just be dumping your cooldowns all the time. When you're open world XP farming, legendary farming, whatever, you want to chain together kills. So you want to just use your basic ability. You want to just constantly be tagging stuff and keeping that kill counter rolling. And you also want to like drag a mob to the next spawn location, and boom, see, that way I can kind of bridge the gap and get to the next thing really fast, and then just keep it moving and keep stacking these kill streaks instead of just constantly dumping all your crazy cooldowns and killing things too fast. That way you can't stack up a large kill streak. You want to be able to do this so you can kind of chain things together and move from pack to pack and spawn to spawn and start really stacking up those numbers. And if you do it efficiently in a proper group of 4 or something where you're all working in tandem to stay close enough to benefit each other with your hits, you can actually get some pretty insane kill streaks that get up into the thousands. Another quick navigational tip that I wanted to cover that I don't see people use enough is if you click on your minimap and you click on this little spyglass, magnifying glass, whatever on the left side, you've got a nice little navigator menu based on the area you're in. This is especially handy in West March. You don't have to fumble around trying to click on your minimap to navigate over here and do rifts or go over here to the market or anything. You can literally just scroll on the left side and click on where you want to go. Let's say I want to go over to do some rifts. I just click Elder Rift entrance, navigate, and I'm right there. I don't have to zoom in on the map and look at where I'm going or navigate there manually. You can just use that magnifying glass on the left side and poof, navigate to wherever you need to go very quickly and easily. I also see a lot of people asking, specifically on the PC client, because it's a little bit easier on mobile. You just like tap on somebody. But in relation to the PC client, I see a lot of people asking like, how do I invite someone to a party? Everyone does it to me, but I don't get how to do it. You're going to want to hold Alt and then left click on somebody. So you simply hold Alt, you find somebody you want to invite, and you click on them, and now it brings up that menu where you can ask to join party, invite them to your party, add them as a friend, or do whatever you're trying to do. It won't pull up by just clicking on them. You hold Alt. While you're holding down Alt, you left click on them, and then boom, it will pull up the menu where you can group up. And this is especially nice to do in PvP. When your PvP match starts, you want to group up so you can benefit from buffs and things, and maybe stick together on the battlefield when you're maneuvering around. So you find like a good setup of classes that you want in your party, and you hold Alt, you left click on them, and then set up a party when you are beginning a PvP match. Another thing I want to quickly touch on that I have seen really save people in my years as a content creator is, especially if you are a super dedicated player or a high spender, I would just take a quick second and screenshot your user ID number here in the settings menu, because worst case scenario, something weird happens with your account, at least when you're talking with support, you will have that user ID that will help them be able to kind of navigate to your account. I've covered lots of other games as a content creator, and I have really worked with like developers and support behind the scenes, and I've seen that really help people out by having that number. So just take a couple quick seconds and screenshot that or something, so at least you have it for your records. Now, as we get into a few quick like in-game type tips, I want to cover legendary crest, because I know new players are going to be confused about this. The game doesn't do a very good job of walking you through the difference and really making sure to hammer that point home, and it's very, very important to understand this. So there are actually two different types of a legendary crest. There are the normal legendary crests, and then there are eternal legendary crests. They will show up under the same tab when you open up an Elder Rift to do. You'll have your rare crest and your legendary crest, even though there are two separate ones. I think they should show, they should be a different color, and they should be separated and let you plug them in accordingly, but it will combine them, unfortunately. So the main difference is eternal legendary crests are going to drop legendary gems that are tradable on the market, and you can sell them for platinum. If they are not eternal, if they are just regular legendary crests, they are still going to drop legendary gems exactly the same, but those legendary gems are going to be account bound. You cannot trade them for platinum or anything. So make sure you are taking note of that when you get legendary crests. And it's why a lot of your spenders, they're trying to make platinum, they will go into the shop and they will prioritize buying the orbs. They'll go in here and buy the currency, the orb bundles, and then use that to go ahead and buy the crests right here. Because if you buy, you can see that the name is different, eternal legendary crests, you can buy those with orbs, and then those will be tradable in the market. That at least worst case scenario, you drop a really good gem that you're not going to use, at least instead of just turning it into gem powder, you can sell it and get some platinum that you can then use to flip and make currency in the market, or save up enough platinum over the course of time to buy a really good gem that is desirable for you. So make sure you understand the difference between legendary crests and these eternal legendary crests. I would also recommend trying to keep a decent stockpile of gold, nothing too crazy, but that way every day you can go over to the rarities and antiquities spot and gamble. There's a specific way that I like to do this personally, by gambling the top 2 options and doing 10 of them a day. So the reason being is those are going to get you the legendaries that actually have a chance to be an upgrade, and it can be a decent option to farm up some legendaries over the course of time and increase the sample size of the legendaries that you're seeing on your account for potential upgrades. So you go over there and you'll see you can do 25 a day, but they get expensive after 10. So you go ahead, you pop a few. I'm at 19, and we pop a few, 17, 16, 15 right there. And then you can see that it says daily purchases beyond 10 are going to be a massive increase in the price, and it jumps up to almost 25,000 per, and it will keep going after that. So I just do 10, get this to 15 out of 25 on the mystery weapon, and then do the same thing for the mystery armor. And boom, and then you can see the cost goes up to almost 25,000. Now that's the way I do it every day, and from what I can tell, it's about a 4 or 5% chance to get a legendary. You can see I just went 0 for 20, but I've seen some people that are on my that are in my clan or whatever and talking in chat, they'll get like 5 in one day. They'll do 20 and they'll go 5 for 20 or something. So massive amounts of RNG. I've gone like 150 to 200 without getting a single legendary. So you're going to have stretches where it either goes really good or goes really bad for you. And I would guess you're going to get a legendary about 1 out of every 20 or 25 gambles in this method here at the rarities and antiquities. Also, when you are a new player who is progressing and developing your account, you want to make sure you extract the essence of any legendary that you are not going to equip, and do not salvage something where you have not extracted the essence. Now, there isn't really a good indicator on here to tell if you have extracted that essence or not. So what I like to do is go over to the blacksmith, and then when you are in the process of choosing to salvage that legendary or not, it will indicate if you have already extracted it or not. Because when you go there and I click on this legendary to bring up this window to salvage it, if you have not extracted the essence, it will pop up an option right here to extract essence instead of salvaging. You click on that and it will take you over to where you need to go to extract that. And you want to get every single legendary effect at your disposal. You never know when the game is going to get balanced. You never know when new skills or new things are going to come out, and you want to have all of the options available to you on your account and get those things salvaged so that you can put builds together for PvP or Rite of Exile or whatever you're trying to do in game, that you will always have those options available. And just a quick little tip, if some of you are into upgrading gems or flipping things on the market and all of that, when you go to upgrade gems here at the jeweler, it can get kind of annoying and take forever. Like, you click on this, you upgrade, and then when you upgrade, you get like this 5-second animation where it shows that and tap to close, and you can't really tap to close until that goes away. But one thing you can do to speed this up is just go ahead and spam left click when you're doing this. So upgrade, spam left click, and I like to do it up towards the top right so that you hit the X as soon as possible. Click upgrade, and then spam left click up there, and you're out. And you can do this about 3 times faster if you, instead of, I see some people streaming or whatever and they're kind of like waiting for all these animations. Just go ahead and spam left click and you can do your jewelry upgrading stuff about 3 or 4 times faster. Also, before you are going to do something important like your shadow war to fight in your bracket or whatever, make sure you take the time to take a few minutes and farm up your ultimate so you go into that fight fully ready to rock. You have no idea how often I see this happen, where we're getting into our fight for the shadow war or whatever, and I'll make a call out to hey, does everybody have their ultimate? Oh crap, I forgot. Like so anytime you're gonna do something super important, take a few minutes and make sure you're going in there fully ready and farm up your ultimate really quick so you have that at your disposal during that super important fight. And I do have a dedicated video on the market, but just a couple quick hitter tips for those of you that haven't seen that video. You will get an indicator in your inventory if something is tradable in the market or not by the little icon up to the top left of something. It'll have the little scale if it's tradable on the market, or if it doesn't, that is going to be account bound to your account and you will never be able to trade it. There is also a little bit of a cooldown on certain things where they will be frozen, and that will indicate right over there the trade freeze where you have to wait for that countdown to go away until you can trade something. That is to prevent people like constantly flipping stuff in the market. They put a 1-week cooldown on some of the items in there. And if you have the boon pass, you can access the market quickly from your inventory. And there's going to be one last thing. There's going to be a 15% tax. So when I sell this everlasting torment right here for just over 1,000, I'm going to actually get only just over 850 in terms of actual profit that makes it into my pocket because of the 15% tax. So if you're going to be trying to flip something, you're going to want to make sure that you can sell it for about 20% more than what you bought it for. So I would probably be looking to buy an everlasting torment for about 800 or so, because I know when I sell it, I'm probably going to get about 850, and I can kind of play the margin a little bit. And those are the decisions you're going to have to make when you're kind of going through and trying to scrap for platinum in the market for trading. So boom, there's a few quick tips to keep in mind while you're playing Immortal, and I'll try to keep track of these as different ones pop up while I'm playing, and keep a list, and maybe do another one of these videos going over some more tips. And definitely let me know down below if you know of cool tips and tricks that I didn't cover. I really enjoy when the comment section ends up being a resource where you share your opinions and knowledge as well down below. So that'll do it for me on this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.